Yama, the brand new in-game duo boss, is set to release in next week's update, so today we're going to go over everything you need to know prior to release. Now for some starter information, yes, as I did just mention, this is a duo boss, very similar to that of like the Royal Titans. You can still take on Yama in a solo encounter, but it's been more of a point of emphasis that it is much more efficient and an enjoyable fight in a duo. Yama will be a demon, so the Demon Bane weapons like the Arc Light, Ember Light, or any of those weapons or spells will be effective against him. But unlike Tormented or Demonic Gorillas, there will be no official or current Slayer task you can use to take him on. Things like the Greater Demons, Black Demons, none of those will work or be viable against him. Yama will be located all the way over here in the Chasm of Fire in Korinth. And in terms of difficulty, he's supposed to be slightly more difficult than that of the Desert Treasure 2 bosses. And then the last thing I do want to mention before we jump into the rewards, a very important small detail is that the Kingdom Divided quest is required in order to take on this boss fight. Now this encounter is going to use a brand new contract system that will impact the rewards you're going to be able to receive. We don't have much details in regards to what exactly they are going to do. You can kind of say they'd be similar to invocations in TOA, but not necessarily. Reading exactly what they wrote, they said the contract mechanic could go in a number of directions, but the gist is that you'll be able to trade a harder fight for different rewards, and that contracts will go far beyond the original fight. They will prove to be incredibly tough, similar to that of the Awakened bosses from DT2. Now, contracts are not a requirement in order to take on the boss fight, and they have mentioned that they've elected to go with contracts that more vary how the actual fight occurs, rather than contracts just upping the defense or HP. Now let's get into the important part, all of the unique rewards. The first one is the Death Charge upgrade. An upgrade to the spell currently already on the Arceus spellbook, and once you read what is most likely a scroll drop of some kind, your Death Charge will upgrade and allow you to gain special attack from 2 enemies per cast rather than just 1. Next up, we have the Surge Potions. And these potions will require 81 herb, along with combining a Torstal and the new Demonic Tallow. And the way these potions work is once every 5 minutes, you will be able to drink a dose and restore 25% of your spec bar. And they have made a few clarifications in regards to how these are going to cool down. They will work similarly to that of the Imbued Heart. So doing things like dying or drinking from the pool in your POH will reset this timer. Moving on, we have the Cosmic Catalyst, and these are tradable, stackable drops that, along with 90 rune crafting, will allow you to make brand new combination runes that are both Cosmic and Soul runes combined, creating the brand new Aether runes. Next, we have the Diabolic Worms, and these ones are quite an interesting addition to the drop table. Normally you would see things like just noted food, but they decided to go a different route with the Yama boss. And essentially, these worms will just allow you to catch anglerfish at a much increased rate. Something that'll be very interesting to test on release to see how much better they actually are. But now for the heavy hitters, the final 2 rewards we have. The second to last one is the Oath Plate Armor. And these are considered to be a side grade to Torva. Essentially just a slightly buffed slash version. But this does come at the cost of less melee strength. And as you can see here, pairing it with something like the Scythe essentially makes it better against NPCs with higher defense, but it does perform worse in areas where that accuracy isn't needed. The Oathplate Armor will require 78 defense to wear, has slightly better slash and magic defense, but much worse in terms of everything else. And similarly to the Blood Torva, the Oathplate Armor will have a cosmetic variant upgrade, the default being over here on the left with the upgrade being on the right in the all white. And this upgrade will be obtainable through the completion of a contract. And before we move on to the last reward, there are a couple interesting mechanics about how you obtain this armor. One, you can just get the drops as is from Yama himself, but Yama will also drop some type of armor shards. And alongside the release, the brand new mining activity that will also be in the Chasm of Fire, you'll be able to combine these armor shards alongside the brand new ore to actually forge Oathplate armor pieces yourself. I am very interested to see how much this impacts the cost of the final armor, but I guess that's something we're going to have to wait until release to actually find out. But now for our final reward, we have the Soul Flame Horn. There is an 80 magic requirement in order to equip it and take advantage of its special attack, and ultimately it is just a special attack weapon. The regular stats aren't anything to really look at. But the special attack, which uses 25% of your spec bar, will allow any allies within a 2-tile radius have the accuracy of their next melee hit increased by 100%, and you do have to use this attack within 6 seconds of the special attack being used. This also does include people's special attacks, so basically it's a guaranteed hit of your next attack as long as you attack within 6 seconds. But this effect will also apply to you if it does affect at least one person near you. And there has been a lot of speculation and conversation around how this works in regards to Iron Man accounts. Firstly, for group Iron Man accounts, they essentially act as mains within your group, so if one person on your team has the horn, everybody can take the effect from it. Whereas regular Iron Men, you do have to have the horn yourself, and in order to keep the spirit of the solo account, but still being able to benefit from a group. For regular Iron Man accounts, the benefit of the Soul Flame can really only be taken advantage of in places like Nex, Raids, Royal Titans, and Yama himself. Otherwise, that is everything you need to know about the brand new in-game duo boss, Yama. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the description below. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed or found the video helpful. Hopefully it didn't drag out too long, and I will catch you guys in the next one.